Hi, Beth.
Hi. Oh, it's working.
I
I just don't know if it's recording properly because it's showing up on YouTube, but I'm not sure it's showing up recorded. I don't know if I'm recording it.
Well, it's got. I don't know either.
I almost wish we were just waiting for Sean.
That's okay. It'll work.
I'm sure we're not the only ones who ever had a problem with this.
Right. Oh, asking if we got it.
What?
Sean's asking if we got it.
Yeah. Sort of. Maybe.
I think so.
We'll just tell him he'll know when he gets there. I did live event. Hold on, let me go over there. Restream it to quick select. Oh, my husband's home. Okay. Live control room, that's right. Okay, event. I'm live now. Basically, I was in Hangout on Air. Live control room, live now.
I know you're on Hangouts on Air.
Okay, I'm just gonna guess that I have it and that it's working. It's broadcast. I think I did it right. I watched a YouTube video.
That works.
So, we're just gonna cross our fingers and hope for the best.
That's right. That's okay. It says live, so I'm guessing it's working. I don't know.
Okay, I'm just good. We're gonna find out. If I did it wrong, I did it wrong. Did you read the stuff?
I started to, and then
it's
I realized
very long.
It is, and then I realized that today's Wednesday and we have a quiz due.
We have a quiz due today?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Oh, I think I knew that.
And I haven't done any of the reading or anything for it yet.
Oh, I haven't either.
We've got 3 videos to watch.
You need to do dishes before you go to bed.
What, Brian?
I was just letting Jimmy know he needed to do dishes before bed.
Yes, he knows that too, don't you, James?
I know.
Go do it. Dishes.
That sounds like my house. Yeah, we've got 3. There's 3 videos that we have to watch, plus 2 readings. And 1 video is 45 minutes long.
Oh, don't say that. I can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't say that on something the teacher might watch. I'm just glad I don't think he actually watches these. I think that's what
I don't either. And if he does, he just knows we're human.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go pull that up because oh, I hear a baby. Is that your house?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's my grandson.
Aha. I was like, oh, that's not. I don't think that's my house. I think all my babies are in bed.
That's why he's not happy. He's being told he has to go to bed.
Of course. We have a doohickeys problem due this week.
Ew.
Although I really think that if we focus on the safety that we've learned this week with this particular assignment, that we can really come up with something. I think we just need to get and go into more detail. I really am disappointed by the way he graded the last one because it was pretty thorough.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't understand what he wants in addition to what we've already done.
I know it.
And I don't know what to do about it because I don't see how we can really do it any different.
Maybe, I wonder if maybe you could email him and ask him.
That's not a bad idea. I might go pull up my email really quick. I was so excited about being able to register for classes for next semester, only to find out I can't.
Did that start today?
It starts today, but apparently I'm not available until the 3rd.
Oh yeah, I haven't even looked.
Well, but I've been going into all the classes I need, and some of them are full already.
Oh, you're kidding.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm going for kind of I don't know how I don't know how specialized my bachelor's degree is, but only people who are doing my the administrative assistants associates are able to get the applied management bachelor's to apply for it, to like seek that one. So I'm just guessing that it's kind of a few classes that are very specific toward that degree.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's email.
You could be doing it now. You asked me the other day. They're picking up all the trash from the shingles. You could got paid for that.
Okay, so I said I felt we had gone into sufficient detail and explanation for week 5 assignment, but your review said otherwise. Now we're a bit confused and insecure regarding how we should proceed with week 8. Which direction are we supposed to take with this assignment, considering the information we've been given is the same as the assignment for week 5?
Sounds good.
Hi, Jordan.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And it's not choppy or anything?
No, it's perfect.
Not like last week? Okay.
So I just sent an email to the professor regarding the doohickeys assignment, because I don't really know what he wants. So I think we should proceed the way we proceeded with the last one. And I will just do my best to add more detail into each thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you oh my gosh, reference back to some of this material that we read? I wonder if that's what
do you want me to read to you what I wrote?
I can go look at it.
Okay, go check it out and see if maybe I didn't enough. But I'm more concerned about the fact that I feel like we addressed a number of issues that I feel like we might end up repeating ourselves a little bit in this new assignment, but now suddenly we have to make it twice as long.
Right.
Well, that was my main question is, do we just cover the content from like the weeks before the first, or the weeks after the first doohickey assignments,
Right.
or all of the weeks?
But I have no idea.
But,
None. I don't know.
I mean, I guess.
Now, I can add a bunch of verbal crap. I mean, I'm really good at that. It's the skill. but it's not necessarily something I want to do, and I don't want to just BS him. I'm down to the, here's the point. Let's do this, and poof, it's done.
Yeah.
So you guys separate.
I even made it pretty. I even used bullet points, and headings, and all kinds of stuff. I was so clear and so nice. Okay, so we addressed poor communication, high employee turnover, sexual harassment, and that was it. And then we had a conclusion. So now, in addition to that, we have safety. And what did we discuss last week?
It was the mentoring.
Okay, so I guess maybe retention, sort of, and then safety. But that only gives us the 2 weeks worth of stuff.
There is one more.
Yeah, but we addressed week 5's information in week 5 in the thing that was due week 5.
Oh.
So we really only have weeks.
We should have 6, 7, and 8.
Oh, okay. So what was 6?
Let me look. 6 is recruiting and hiring.
So that's right there with the mentoring and retention.
Right.
Okay.
We got recruiting and hiring, the career development and training.
And then safety.
Motivation and safety.
All right. Well, I hope Sean gets on here soon because I'm kind of excited to hear what he has to say and what he thinks we should aim for. What do you think, Jordan? How would you, if you could choose right now of those topics, which one would you choose?
I guess I would choose. Sorry, let me look over.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Take your time.
Hiring,
training.
I would like to take safety just because we've had an issue with that with our company this week.
Did you? What happened?
It was to my son also. But he had a nail ricochet off of a metal bracket and hit him in the eye.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it's been driving back and forth 45 minutes away every day.
I'd probably choose hiring and selection.
Okay, if we want, I can take the other one and maybe Sean could put it all together. I don't know. I don't mind writing it and putting it all together because I love that. That's something I just enjoy doing. But now that puts more pressure on me because he wasn't really clear.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just don't believe in verbo crap when it comes to assignments. I'm a big fan of just laying it all out. But, good night.
Good night.
Put in a,
love you. Love you too. Sorry.
You should have sent it in a clear plastic binder. Have you ever read that Calvin and Hobbes comic?
That would be the cover page. The Calvin and
Can you
Hobbes.
see my screen right now?
Yeah.
So yeah, have you read this comic? You should read it. This is what I'm referring to.
Yeah, introduction to illustrations.
Go back.
Guarantee me a good grade. No teacher can resist this. What is it? Clear plastic binder, pretty professional looking, eh? It's true.
It does make it look better. It's so true.
It does.
Did you see it, Shelly? Or
I saw some of it.
oh, here, I'll go back.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And there's like a
Stetson's on its way.
Stetson's on his way. And then this is like the conclusion. Where yeah, it's funny.
That's awesome.
You need to post that in our discussion board.
Yes, you do. Put
Yeah.
that on Facebook for us. It's awesome. I'm just waiting for Stetson asked where we were, and I sent him.
I'm going to continue reading for stuff tonight, so
Sure.
we wait.
So I had a couple of so first, when I'm sitting here like reading through this and it brings me back to, I think it's 2006. My ex-husband was working in a trailer manufacturing company, and he was a welder. Well, I guess he was going in to put some of the sheet metal through, and the chop saw caught his glove, dragged his hand in, and just sliced up his hand and his tendon and the whole shebang.
Wow.
That seemed like a really easy thing to prevent, when especially reading through this assignment and all the safety precautions they put in place. And I just have to wonder, like, why is it some companies feel the need to be safe and some do not? And like our company that I work for now, I contribute. I send out toolbox talks every week to each of the our foremen, and our foremen are supposed to give those talks out to their team, but only some of them get back to me with whether or not they've done it, and I never know if they actually have done it. And it's kind of frustrating because you don't know, like, am I being safe enough? Am I doing as much as I can?
Yeah, it's all kind of like with us. It's kind of you tell them what they need to do. You give them the equipment that they need to use, and then sometimes you sometimes you feel like that's enough, and then it's their choice if they want to use, like, say, take my son. If he had safety glasses there on the job site, he could have worn them, but he chose not to. And now he's dealing with no vision in one eye right now.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it's hard. You have to stress it, and it's almost sometimes it's almost like you have to tie their arms behind their backs and say, I'm putting these glasses on you. You have to use them no matter what. And sometimes it takes something like what happened to my son to make people realize that, yeah, okay, there is a reason why we have to do this.
Yeah. You're doing dishes. Yes.
I'm going to the store.
Of course. Can you? I do. Can you wait like 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Exactly.
Have you, Stetson or Jordan, had any experiences like that? Have you worked in an industry that safety was a real concern?
Yeah, can you guys hear me good?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I actually had an internship this last summer with Simplot, and they're like a fertilizer company. And that's like the first place I've worked that was like super strict on safety. Like we had to have hard hats on like all the time. And they were very, strict with it, and they were very informative about it. So every week we'd have a safety meeting and discuss things from the previous week. If there were issues or something that we needed to focus on that week, and they kept us in check quite often. And because some of the liquid stuff, I mean, sulfuric acid we're working with, it's, very
Really
dangerous. Yeah. So, I mean, you can't, like in this case study, it seems like there were shortcuts, like the tag out, lockout, like they had those same things that they had to do there. And even if it was just a 5-second deal, it was like, you have to go through this procedure, this checklist to make sure that everything is, off the power. There's no power going to that deal, whether if it's an air compressor or anything. It could be the whole mill in sense, so, and I felt like they did a really good job in making us feel like that's something that we wanted to do. It wasn't like, oh, let's try to go around this, and try to take the shortcut. But it was like, let us do what we have to so that we can all be safe. So it was interesting to see that, because like I said, I'd never worked for someone like that or a company like that was like super strict about it, but also they were very informative and made sure they took the time to train us properly how to do things right.
Yeah. Did you guys read Exhibit 12? So right at the end of the case study, they talk about it. She gets into her office and she immediately has her phone ringing. She picks up the phone, and she's being told that there was a supervisor who's about to be fired. And I'll read the facts to you. Last night, September 5th, 1991, Stepanchik directed Carl Olson, an electrician, to repair an electrical conduit. The repair required Olson to work way too close to the pot line in a congested area. While making the repair, he slipped on some loose material and stuck out his hand to catch himself. In the fall, Olson suffered a second-degree burn on his hand and forearm and dislocated his shoulder. Stepanchik is a good supervisor and his crew is one of my best, but this is the third incident like this in the last year. He should never have sent Olson in there without taking some precautions. I've warned Ned several times, but he just hasn't gotten the message. I think it's time to make it clear that safety violations won't be tolerated. I think Ned should be fired. I could take the action myself, but I thought you should know about it because there could be some repercussions. Ned is well liked by his people, has a young family, and comes from a long line of Alcoans. This isn't an easy decision, but I think it's the right one. If you want to talk to me, talk about it, let me know. So something I really liked about this case study is they really addressed the technical side of things and then how the guys felt. This concept that you're the third generation working for this company, and this is just the way things are done. And people have a hard time taking all these roles. They're like, we have to earn our place here. The scrapes and bruises are part of the job, and yet they're working so hard to prevent that. I mean, 4 mile an hour machinery and stuff like that. And I think it really addressed all of it really well. I mean, to what extent do we skip procedures in order to do a job? And how many rules are they going to end up making? And are they going to lose their old time employees because they've got so many new rules that are super micromanaging for safety? And is that okay?
I think a lot of.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Stetson.
I was just saying, I think it's hard, especially in a company like this, when like OSHA and all those other safety committees come into it, and there has to be changes made. I mean, if someone's not willing to abide by those changes, then sorry, you have to make changes. So in this case, I felt like, they've warned the guy several times. He's still not doing the procedures right, which if he gets hurt, then it goes back to like OSHA, and they're saying, well, why wasn't this done? And then the company's liable for it because their employee wasn't following their rules.
So really fast, who's going to be the leader this week?
Go for it, Beth.
Okay, I just did it 2 weeks ago, so I wasn't sure. That was 3 weeks ago. I did it 2 weeks ago.
You did it last week, Shelley?
I did last week.
Yeah.
And who was
I can't-
I think I was a week before that, right?
before
Yes, and then I was
Yeah,
the
I
week
was-
before him. I think.
Yeah, I was week 5.
Beth? Okay, I can lead the discussion tonight.
Okay.
If we want. Let's see.
Have you not done it yet, Jordan?
I've done it one other time, yeah.
Okay,
I think we've all done it one time, so I think we're starting over.
I think so.
got it. Okay.
I can't
And we only
remember
have to do it
exactly-
twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I did it. Can't remember what week I did it on, but
That'd be
I
nice
think you
to.
were right before I was, but maybe not.
I think you were week 6, Stetson.
Wait, what's this week? 8?
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe 6.
I'm pretty sure I had it the same week we did the doohickeys problem, which was week 5.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to volunteer this week because that's a lot of work.
Jordan offered. We'll let him do it.
Thanks, Jordan.
I think a lot of the issues with the safety is kind of like some of the stuff that Stetson had mentioned with his. It really comes down to taking the time. You have to take the time to have a meeting. You have to have those safety meetings, and
Yes.
and it takes a little bit of extra time to go through, make sure everything's turned off, make sure you have the safety equipment that you need on, and it takes a little bit of extra time, but in the long run, it pays off. And I think that's one of the things that it really boils down to is everybody just needs to take that time to go through the rules and precautions and make sure that it's all done. We're just in a hurry up society now that everybody just wants to jump and get it done.
I honestly am not convinced that it's the hurry up society that's causing the conflict. I really think it's that when you get into a pattern and you're just used to get this muscle memory and all of a sudden somebody's saying, wait, stop what you're doing. We need to have a meeting. And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, oh, you just stopped my flow. You messed with my mojo. And so I think it's just frustrating for them. And especially when you've been doing a job, all these guys on this case study are 15, 25, 20-year, veterans of the company, and they're just used to the way things are done. So change is always hard.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah. I think it also has to do with productivity too. No one wants, if there's way too many, restrictions and stuff, and staff might feel like, man, I can barely even get this job done, with how many steps I've got to take safety-wise. But it was interesting that as part of the article, one of the safety things they implemented actually ended up increasing productivity. I think it was the mile per hour limit they put on the
It
tractors
was.
or whatever. And it ended
because they had to do less maintenance on that
Yeah.
equipment, which I thought was really interesting.
Yeah, it is really interesting. So I think that goes to show you that there are times where it might decrease productivity, but it doesn't always. So, okay, well, I'll just lead with these questions then. Let's see. So just to remind us, the 3 questions.
Sorry, you mute me.
Go ahead, Jordan.
No, you're fine. I actually was. I realized I was wanting to read something else. There we go. Well, yeah. So I guess I'll just open the questions. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so Imagine you are Merton and it's time for your 9 a.m. meeting with Tevins and Harris. What position would you advocate in that meeting? I'm guessing this is the meeting determining whether to fire, Stepancic.
So it said what position, or what was the last part of it? What
position would you advocate? In other words, basically, would you advocate firing him or not?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it'd be something to take highly consideration, since, as it said, that they've been warned several times, and that
He never got the message.
yeah, I never got the message, and it just like he just kept doing things. And so if they're not going to tolerate it, I mean, if they're just going to let it keep sliding, or maybe they could do something where it's like they put him on suspension or something to kind of let him know that they're serious, rather than just firing him. But I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Is it's interesting that he said he's given him 3 warnings.
Yeah.
Like, it might have been, I mean, and maybe at this point it's a little too late, but it might have been ideal if they'd done like maybe 2 warnings or just 1 warning, and then moved to the, probation or suspension, and then to hiring. But so he might have complaints where like, oh, you're going straight from warnings to like firing.
Yeah.
So are we talking about, who are we talking about right now?
The case study that you read.
Okay.
Exhibit 12.
So apparently he's been warned 3 times.
Right.
And that's within a year. I think that's reasonable to say, hey, look, we've warned you 3 times. This led to hospitalization of somebody getting their arm dislocated. I mean, what else can a business do but say, hey, you're either going to obey this or you've got to go? Because he's just going to keep putting people in danger. And regardless of his personal situation, if he cared enough about his personal situation, he should have been obedient to the safety rules.
Yeah.
Right. Was there adequate training for him?
Yes.
Did he have that safety training so he knew really everything that needed to be done?
That's a good point. And
so maybe probation would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Another question is, what were the nature of these warnings?
That's true.
I mean, was it just kind of on just kind of like,
Don't do that.
hey, we really shouldn't be like doing that. Let's make sure to do that from now on. Like that's not a very strong warning, as opposed to like a written warning, or like
Right.
a call into the office, like, hey, and sitting down, like, hey, you cannot allow this.
Yeah, he has to have, like, they should organize, and this is something we can maybe put in the doohickeys. They should organize a warning system, so you get 1 verbal warning, 1 written warning, and then a layoff or firing.
Yeah.
Right.
Or something to that effect. And all it said was, I've warned Ned several times, which to me means, and that was several times, not just 3 times. I don't know where I got 3 from. But I mean, this sounds to me like it was just a conversation. You shouldn't do this, and that's not acceptable. He should be able to lay out, this is what we did. This is why you're getting fired. I have all the documentation so that any union or anybody else who might get involved has the documentation they need to prove that we've warned you officially.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
At Simplot, every time an incident happened, the person that was involved the manager had to fill out paperwork and say what safety precautions they didn't do, or what they did do. If they did them all and then something happened, then that was different. But if they didn't do any of them and something happened, then it was like a bigger deal for that person. So
yeah.
But it was like, I think it was only two. The first one's like the written warning. The second one is like their probation, or I don't know what exactly they would do, if they just fire you or what. But it was like they didn't give you 3 chances. It was 2 chances, because it was like, if you can't figure it out after 2, then.
So here's an interesting idea for the doohickeys. What if we say they get 1 verbal warning from management? on the first written warning, which is the second warning, so they get a written warning. If they have a third issue, rather than doing an immediate fire, we have, okay, you have so many hours of training you have to take at a lesser pay than you would your regular hours, saying, you know, like, all right, maybe you make $20 an hour. For this 8 hours or 40 hours or whatever training, you are now making $15 or $10 an hour during that training, and this is your probation. You know, you mess up after this, and it's official. You're out of there.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. Let's see. So then it has like some follow-up questions that we could ask.
Sure.
I'll ask a couple of these. So what did he actually do, and how serious was the offense? So, I mean, reading the Exhibit 12, apparently the repair that Stepansic required Olson to do was way too close to the pot line in a congested area. While making the repair, he slipped on some loose material and stuck out his hand to catch himself. And then in the fall, Olson suffered a second-degree burn to his hand and forearm and dislocated his shoulder.
Okay, so I have a question. Was there an alternative to getting that repair done that did not require Carl Olson going in and doing it the way he did it? I mean, if something needs to be repaired, and there are no mechanical alternatives to somebody going in and doing the repair, whose responsibility is that? Is it the manager or is it the company?
Yeah, that's a good point. Because it sounds like it was like the only way, because in the memo, Harris says that he should never have sent Olson in there without taking some precautions. So,
like what?
Yeah, he doesn't make it quite
The
clear.
lockout, tag out, maybe, or.
But it had nothing to do with that danger that he ran into was slipping on loose material. Now, cleaning up loose material, would that not have also put somebody else in danger who would have been responsible for cleaning up that loose material in that area? At what point does the responsibility fall on the business, the CEO or the safety group or whatever, versus on the direct line manager?
True.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's true. Like, it's not. I wish we had some more information, like what precautions exactly he should have received. Because it sounds like he slipped on some loose material. I mean, like you said, like what precautions could he have taken? Like worn non-slip,
Right.
boots or something. Like, I mean, it sounds like this loose material was part of the production process. He just, and I'm not sure what these warnings would have consisted of. Like, oh, hey, don't send Olson in there without, someone linking arms with him so he doesn't fall. Or,
Here, let's tie him up with a rope and pull him out when he starts to fall.
Yeah, so I wish we had more information to kind of determine just how serious like Stepansic's like offense was. Like, obviously, he did not respond to his manager's efforts to get him to to implement these safety precautions, whatever they are.
Right.
But it could be that these safety precautions maybe weren't the answer. Maybe the answer was, as you said, changing the production process in such a way that there was not this congested area, or maybe there was some other,
Sure.
other solution.
I'm gonna go see where Sean is because I feel like we need to start worrying about the doohickeys problem.
Let's see. Another question was, would it be fair to fire Stepansick considering how other supervisors treat safety issues?
Say that one more time.
The question was, would it be fair to fire Stepansick considering how other supervisors treat safety issues?
The dilemma is they still haven't given us enough detail about the situation to justify firing him in the first place.
Yeah.
So,
True.
no, but it could potentially be that they should all be fired. I mean, we don't really know.
Yeah. Yeah, because we definitely don't want to make anyone the scapegoat, you know?
Right.
Oh, all of the supervisors have been, having problems with safety, and we're taking it out on you. You're the final straw. Like,
Yeah.
obviously they don't want to do that.
So, workplace safety, or the Exhibit 11, check that out. That gives some really neat ideas for ways to enforce safety. So, monitor complete implementation of recommendations on falls, establish a reporting procedure, provide detailed tracking and report, conduct stage 3 training for all supervisors and operators, publish a biweekly newsletter on safety and plant, which nobody would ever read, improve safety committee operations, better information, train committee leaders at crew level, that's a good idea, establish safety recognition program, awards and dinner based on performance improvements, and make it fun. And then last, meet with superintendents on a monthly basis to review safety performance, improve the meetings and the monthly reports. And something else that I'd like to add as a possibility is setting this up where the employees can put their information in. Say, hey, look, we need to improve safety. We're going to do a survey on what ideas you guys might have that would improve safety, because they're the ones who are there. They're the ones who are in danger every day. What would make their lives safer? Their jobs and responsibilities safer.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you might get suggestions that, because these are employees that are a little more, up close and personal with the production process, and so they might have a better feel for what safety could be implemented without making the job, without being too cumbersome.
Right.
Because from a management position, you might be like, oh, well, they should do this, but they might have a better recommendation that would, allow them to still be as productive as they already are.
Right.
What do you think, Stetson?
Yeah, I think as those deals said, those 6 deals. Another, I liked how it said better informed train committee leaders at the crew level. So another job I'd had is we'd all the crew bosses or whatever you want to call them would meet with the manager, and then it was the crew leader's responsibility to have that similar meeting with us rather than having a bunch of people in one meeting. But I think it was like every month we would all have a meeting together, and it was like, they'd bring us in and, are you guys having these meetings? If yes, then what have you learned? If no, then it was like a crackdown on the crew leader. But so that's something I feel like could also be beneficial. It just depends on how large scale the company is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like another thing. If it's a big company, then it's hard to have those meetings, I feel like, unless you do, where you delegate it and then kind of pass it down.
Yeah.
So just really quick, Sean said he's not going to be coming tonight. We need to establish what we're doing for doohickeys.
Okay.
So what do you guys, so we only have 3 things to add to it. What do you guys think? How do you want to do it this time? Do you like how we did it last time? What do you think? Do you guys want
maybe put 2 people on coordinating a little bit with writing. And
Yeah,
then
I was thinking, what if you 3 did each of the things, and then Sean and I worked on making it a document?
that would work.
Would that work for each of you?
Sure. I haven't even looked at the doohickeys case, honestly.
It's the same thing.
So we have to
It's
find 4 issues. Is that it?
3.
Or 3?
Well, I don't know. That's what doesn't make sense about this assignment. There's only 3 weeks worth of additional information we've gained that we can apply to the exact same storyline we had before. So based on that, if each of you took, 1 took hiring, 1 took training, and 1 took safety, then we would just apply all that to the assignment.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll take this one.
Okay, so I'm going to put this on Facebook.
so it's the same exact case.
It is the same exact case, yes. All right, Jordan, you're good. You said you wanted to do hiring.
Uh-huh.
So Stetson, that leaves you with the training, which is the week where we talked about the, what's the word?
Mentoring.
Mentoring. Do you remember that week, that information?
Yeah.
Are you okay taking that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I was just reading here through it. Just
So, that leaves Sean and me. And then if we get a response back from the teacher, I sent the teacher an email and I said, hey, look, this isn't really clear. We thought we had done a good job. Apparently we didn't. Now we're totally lost and not sure which direction to go with this. So if he gets back to us with some clarification, I'll post that information on Facebook for you guys. So keep your eye on that. And then if anything needs to change, we'll discuss it there, okay?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And then do you guys want to maybe meet again like Friday night to do doohickeys a little bit more?
Friday night, I am not available Friday night.
Oh.
I would maybe be available Sunday night is the only night this weekend, possibly.
Oh, isn't it due Saturday at midnight?
Oh, is it? I thought it was due Monday.
Saturday or Sunday.
Oh.
I don't know when it's due, I guess.
When did you say it was due, Shelley?
It's due on the 6th at 8:00 a.m.
Oh, so that's Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Yeah, Monday morning at 8:00.
Are you guys okay meeting Sunday afternoon? Or evening?
I think
I just feel like we need to have it pretty much done. I mean, it needs to be finished by then, by the time we meet.
Right.
Yes. So what I'd like to do is have everybody contribute. We'll do as much of it as possible and then discuss what we have so we can kind of get an idea of if we're in the right direction. And hopefully by then we'll have heard from the teacher and be able to kind of, like, let's say, for example, that you guys do something. I find out that what, you know, your section needed an additional, like, 2 paragraphs. And I want to get your input on it to add that information in. So it would just kind of be a way to get you guys more involved in that creation of the process with your specific topic.
That'll work.
Yeah.
So should we do
So-
like a Friday morning, Friday afternoon? You want our parts of it?
Yes, okay. I would say Friday night because I don't get to. You know what? Just do Saturday afternoon. That should give you plenty of time to put your piece together, and it should still give us plenty of time to work together on it. I'm putting this all on Facebook for Sean.
That sounds good to me.
Okay, so just so I understand, so it's the same deal. Instead of doing like communication and those things that we did last time, I'm doing the training. So I do the same thing and just how they can improve their training, I guess, with their mentor programs or something.
Until further notice, that's what I understand is the case, yes.
Like the mentor program would be a solution to it.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
So going into great depth as to what they can do to train their employees to make a more efficient unit.
Okay. So I think, was it last time was ours a little short? Is that what one of the problems was you mentioned?
Yeah.
I was confused. It was a little short, I think.
Yeah.
So we just need to probably be in more depth on our deals.
Yeah. And I think there needs to be more references to our readings also.
Yes, please reference your stuff. Anything that you get information from. You don't even need to, if you can link it to me, I'll put it in MLA or ABA format. All I need you to do is send me the link to the article that you're using for reference for ideas if you have it.
One of the comments that feedback he gave us says, remember that you can and should use source material from course material and other outside research.
Okay, so anytime you use a reference, state that you use a reference. And if it's an outside source, just give me the link to the article or whatever. I will figure out the rest. Just give me the information. I'll put it in the document and create like a whole EndNote page and the whole shebang.
Okay.
Okay.
At least that should give us a better than a C.
Right.
Look at it B.
So what time are you thinking Sunday?
And that's the next question. So what do you guys think?
The later the better for me. I know that's not very.
I don't mind. That's fine.
I mean, I just don't want to, because I'm leaving town again this weekend, and I don't know when I'm going to be back Sunday. So if you guys want to set a time, because I know if we need to expand something or we need to work on something, if we meet at 9:30, it's going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning before we get everything wrapped up. So I don't want to be the reason why. So I mean, if you guys want to set a time, and if I can be there, I'll be there. If not, then you could just put some on Facebook that I need to work on or something. I'm fine with that.
What do you think, Jordan?
I'd prefer to not meet on Sunday, but I can if that's when everyone would like to meet. So
The alternative is really early in the morning on Monday because I have to work Monday morning and this is due at 8. So
yeah, I mean, no one's available on Saturday.
I'm available Saturday. Are you available Saturday, Shelley?
Because like
I could do Saturday evening.
like
I could do
if we got
Saturday
it done,
night.
yeah, if we got it
Saturday
done like by Saturday at 2 or something, and we could meet Saturday evening. But then you, Stetson, you don't think you would be able to make that?
It just depends. I'll try my best to be there.
Yeah. Okay, how about we aim for assignment, all your portions to be turned in by noon on Saturday? And then we'll have a group meeting Saturday night. That should give me enough time with Sean, hopefully, if he's available, to put together the document. And then, so we'll be having an additional video chat Saturday evening, would you say 7:30?
Yeah, anytime really. Saturday works for me. So.
That work for you, Shelley?
Yeah. If not, I'll let you know. I'm going to be out of town also, but I will be.
Can
I
you
will be
8?
able.
8 is still like 9 o'clock my time. So that's. I mean, we can do 8, 9. I usually go to bed closer to midnight anyway. So whatever works for you guys, I'm totally flexible on that.
Let's do 8.
Okay. All right.
And then Stetson, if you can just get your stuff to us, I think we'd be okay.
Yeah, if I'm not there, if you need me to work on something, just send me a message on Facebook or something with what I need to do, or if I need to fix something, and then I'll get it to you as soon as I can.
You know, Stetson, just make it as long and detailed as you possibly can, and I will work around the rest. If it's not detailed enough, I'll let you know. But if you can just get really particular and very into it, hopefully,
yeah, I'll try to have it. I'm going to try to have mine up there probably by, what is it, Wednesday? So I'm going to try probably Thursday night, because I'm leaving Friday. So I'll try to have it up there, and then you can kind of look through it then.
Okay.
Let's do a Google Doc.
I'm asking Sean to put that together. I put that on this post.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so there's one other thing I'd like to do, if you guys don't mind, before we end tonight. This is going to kind of maybe be awkward, but do you think we could have a prayer about this assignment? Because I don't do C's well, and especially not on written work, because I get A's on my written work. So it really frustrates me when I don't do well. And so I have to take that to the Lord. Would you guys mind if we did that really quick?
No, I don't mind.
Somebody would offer, priesthood holders, would one of you like to offer it?
Not sure. I was holding the priesthood that gives us any special qualifications, but
no, it does.
I nominate Sean.
I think Stetson should say it because he volunteered somebody else.
I think that's a good idea, since I was the leader, so I can't say it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that.
Thank you, Stetson.
Yep. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful for this day. We're grateful for this evening and for the opportunity that we've had to meet as a group and to discuss our case study and also the doohickey case in which we'll be working on. Grateful that we were able to get our parts that we are going to be working with, and we pray that that will bless us as we work on that we can be able to be inspired and be able to know how we can do our best on this case, that we can put forth our effort and that we can get it done in a timely manner, and pray that that will help us to be able to overcome any trials or obstacles that we may face with the case. We pray that that will help us to do our part, that we can receive a good grade on it as well. We're grateful for the effort of our group and pray that that will bless us as we work on it, and grateful for all that thou does for us. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much. All right, I don't know how to share this, but we're gonna. You know, if I did it right. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Have a good night. We'll see you later.
You too.
Yep.
Good night.
We'll see ya.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.